Right now is a great time to buy a pre-built PC. They are cheaper than ever. Some of them have $900 discounts because of the Independence Day and also the holiday deals. If you have been following the channel for a while, then you know that I like to update you guys with the best on-sale Prebuilt Gaming PC deals, all budgets included. And I will also show you the level of performance that you can get with each system. That way you know what to expect if you end up buying one of these, which by the way, the links to these PCs and the discounts will be down in the video description. My name is Valentino, and with that being said, let's start. With the first one, we have one that I've been recommending for a while now. This one is the Skytech Nebula from Amazon. It is going for $850 at the moment, and it has the RTX 4060 graphics card alongside the i5-13400F CPU, and then you get a 1TB SSD and 16 gigs of RAM. So you get enough storage, enough RAM, and a very capable CPU and GPU combo to play any game at 1080p high to ultra settings with no issues. I have tested the RTX 4060 myself, and in high demanding games you can expect 88 plus FPS on average, and I'm talking about very high demanding games. And then in esports shooters you can expect well over 240 FPS on average. So if you want to buy a 240Hz 1080p monitor, feel free to do so with this system, and in my opinion this one is the best gaming PC in the entire market for under $1,000. I will be making a full review for this system very soon, but let me tell you, the level of performance that you can get for under $1,000 is pretty insane, and if you don't have more than $1,000, I believe that this one is a no-brainer. With the next PC we have the Shadow 4 from Skytech as well, but this one is from their website and not from Amazon. This system is a 1440p beast gaming PC because you will be able to play at 1440p ultra settings with no limits and a very smooth gameplay. In fact, you can expect around 100 plus FPS on average when it comes to high demanding titles at 1440p high to ultra settings. And then if you want to play esports shooters, you can expect 240 plus FPS on average as well, but this time at 1440p resolution. And the reason why you can expect such great numbers is because here you get the RTX 4070 Super, which is one of the best graphics cards in the entire market for 1440p resolution. And then for the CPU, you get the same i5-13400F, which will not bottleneck the RTX 4070 Super, so big thumbs up. Of course, you can also use this system for 1080p, and in that case you can expect well over 140 FPS. That's an insane number. In my opinion, is an overkill, but if you do have a 1080p monitor right now and you want to eventually upgrade to 1440p down the line, this one is still an amazing option, and the price right now is $1,365, so it's not cheap, but it's also not the most expensive system, and if you want to play at 1440p, in my opinion, it is a very nice option. On top of everything that I've mentioned, here you get 32 gigs of RAM instead of 16 gigs, which is going to be ideal if you want to do more tasks such as streaming or content creation on the side. The next one is a bit more expensive, and I'm talking about the Omen 40L. I have tested this system myself, so you will have my full review about it in the top right of the screen, but basically this one has the RTX 4070 Ti, which is a faster graphics card than the RTX 4070 Super from the last system, and then you get a faster CPU in the i7-13700. So this one is a 1440p max gaming system that you can also use for 4K resolution high settings depending on the game and depending on the exact settings that you use, because the RTX 4070 Ti has 12 gigs of VRAM, which is going to be enough for 1440p. But if you do want to play at 4K ultra settings in the most recent high demanding titles, then I would recommend you buying the next one. But before going into the next one, I want to tell you that with this system at 1440p, you can expect well over 115 FPS on average, and I'm talking about high demanding titles on high to ultra settings, and here you can expect well over 300 plus FPS in esports shooters competitive settings at 1440p. And if you want to jump up to 4K, you can expect 60 plus FPS on average when it comes to high to ultra settings, but at 4K resolution in high demanding titles, I do recommend you turning on the DLSS because you get a better image quality and faster performance. Great system for $1,630 at the moment, but keep in mind that it is on a huge discount right now, and you end up saving more than $900, which is an insane deal, but I wouldn't recommend you buying this system at the original price of $2,550. At that price point, with the next one we have, in my opinion, the best price to performance 4K gaming PC that you can also use for 1440p if you want to achieve very high frame rates, because here you get the RTX 4070 Ti Super instead of the 4070 Ti. If you are a beginner, basically the Super version has more VRAM, which as I said before is going to help you out in the most high demanding titles on ultra settings at 4K resolution, and here instead of 115 FPS on average at 1440p ultra, you can expect well over 120 FPS on average, over 360 plus FPS when it comes to games like Fortnite Fortnite or Valorant in competitive settings at 1440p, because here you get the fastest CPU in the entire market for gaming in the Ryzen 7 7800X3D. Then you get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, which is great for streaming and gaming. And for this system I have an extra coupon code, so the total price, instead of being $1,990, is going to be $200 less at $1,790, which is the best deal in my opinion in the entire market for under $2,000 if you want to play at 4K ultra settings or 1440p very high FPS. When it comes to 4K resolution, here you can expect over 70 FPS on average, and if you turn on the DLSS, this number is going to get closer to 100 FPS on average. So overall you get a very complete system for well under $2,000, and you can get the same exact system on Amazon going for $2,000 in the O11 Dynamic. Now this one has a different case, but is essentially the same system, so if you like this case more and you are willing to spend $200 more, well, this one is a nice alternative for you, and of course I will be linking this one as well in the description. Then if you want a 4K high-end level of performance but you want to stay under $3,000, then I recommend you getting the Omen 45L. This one has an i7 14th gen and the RTX 4080 Super. Now the RTX 4080 Super graphics card quite faster than the 4070 Ti Super, especially when it comes to 4K. If you are going to play at 1440p, by all means you can buy this system and get even higher frame rates, but I do think that is a bit of an overkill, and if you will be buying this PC for 1440p, then it is ideal that you turn on ray tracing for the best visuals in the most high demanding titles, because the 4080 Super is a beast of a 4K graphics card, so let alone 1440p resolution. For you to have an idea, at 4K native resolution with no DLSS on, you can expect 85 plus FPS on average, which is an insane number considering the games that are being tested here, and this system is going for $2,290, which is not cheap by all means, but it is actually a very nice price considering the other Prebuilt PCs in the market, which usually are much more expensive for the same 4080 Super. And then if you want to combine the 4080 Super with the fastest CPU in the market in the 7800X3D, I recommend you getting the Prism 3. This one is $2,888, but after the coupon code that you can apply from the video description is going to be around $2,500, so you get $300 off on top of the initial discount, and at that price point is actually a very good option, because here you also get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, which is more than those 16 gigs that you get in the Omen 45L, so this one is better when it comes to streaming performance as well. And then you get 2 TB of Gen 4 SSD, which means that you are going to be having more space to download more games, so for around $250 more you get a more complete system when it comes to gaming and streaming, and I would recommend you this one if you are considering the last one, or at least consider it. But of course if you do not want to spend the extra, that's totally fine, because the 45L is going to be very nice when it comes to 4K ultra settings. And then if you want the best of the best, meaning that you want the best graphics card in the market, I have 3 options for you. The first one is the best of the best for gaming, which is the same Prism 3, but this one is the upgraded version, and you get the 7800X3D, and this time you get the RTX 4090 instead of the 4080 Super, which is the fastest graphics card in the entire market, and instead of getting 85 plus FPS on average at 4K ultra, you are going to be getting 110 plus FPS. This PC is only for the people who have a lot of money to spend, so if you are one of those guys, then this one is by far the best one, and you get a $500 coupon code, so instead of spending $3,600 you end up spending $3,100. And of course you get 32 gigs of RAM here, 2 TB of Gen 4 SSD, you get the best of the best for gaming, and you get a very nice discount. Honestly, for $3,100 I do think that this one is the best one in the market, because most PCs with the 4090 and a 7800X3D are usually way more expensive than $3,100. And then we have the best of the best for content creation. This one has the same RTX 4090, but instead of the Ryzen 7 you get an i9 14900KS, which is basically the same when it comes to gaming performance as the 7800X3D, but it consumes more power and is harder to cool. So if you are just going to do gaming, get the last one, the Prism 3, but if you are a professional content creator, this one is better, because Intel usually works better than AMD when it comes to content creation and productivity work. And on top of that, here you get 64 gigs of RAM instead of 32. Keep in mind that this one is quite more expensive at $3,400, but if you are a professional creator, this is an investment for you, and keep in mind that you are going to be getting the best of the best for gaming as well inside of this system. And then if you have way more money to spend, spend and you want to invest every penny in your content creation journey, then get this Panorama gaming PC. It is $5,200. If you're a gamer, please do not buy this. It's not going to make any difference when it comes to your FPS. You are not going to be getting higher performance just because you have this system. But if you're a professional creator or you do 3D rendering, animations, and all that kind of stuff where you need the highest end of the highest end, then this one is ideal because you get 192 gigs of DDR5 memory, which is insane, and then you get 4 TB of Gen 4 SSD plus the 14900KS and the RTX 4090. And if you need personal PC help where you want me to take a look at your specific situation and give you the perfect gaming PC for your budget and needs, that's going to be the top link in the description. And if you found valuable information in this one, leave a like and subscribe. It's going to be helping the channel grow a lot. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.